Hi Broken Pencil readers, I'm here with Michael Morton from Crime League, and he's going to show us how to do screen print. I did a little screen printing in the last issue of Broken Pencil, but Mike's going to show us how to do it better, more high.
I'll do my best.
High scale, yeah. Alright, so what's the first thing?
Okay, well I guess the first thing is you need to get your screen ready. You need to make a screen.
Okay.
Instead of creating screens now, which takes too long, I try to just purchase one. You can get them for a very cheap amount of money at many places in the city. And when you first get your screen, you need to clean it, so I'll show you that first.
Okay.
Okay, so you would buy a new screen which obviously wouldn't have an image on it already. This is a ghosted image from an old screen I had done. It's not removed, but that's not important. It won't affect our image or anything else. And the first thing you need to do with your screen, like I said, is degrease it. And you can buy a degreaser from all kinds of screen printing shops and stuff, but I kind of find that it's a bit of a waste and you don't need to spend that much. And I just get an environmentally safe degreaser cleaner from the grocery store. It works just as good, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper. So basically you just use a little bit, you spray it on, just a light coating, and we'll wipe it off. This is the time-lapse part, right?
Right.
Alright, and we'll let the screen dry, and then it's ready to be emulsified.
So are there different kinds of screens for different types of projects?
There's many different screen meshes that you can buy. That's the space that's inside this, just like any fabric that you purchase.
Right.
And this one is a 110 mesh that you use for t-shirts, specifically cotton, and you go from 100 to 120 to 156, I believe.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Either way, those are the good numbers to stay in, and you can use those also for printing on paper quite well.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so from here, I'm going to show you how to emulsify your screen, and you do that with an emulsion, which is a photosensitive chemical that allows you to expose an image onto your screen like you would in a darkroom.
Okay.
So we really should be doing this in the dark, so if you do this at home, try to keep it dark or at least dim while you're emulsifying your screen.
Right.
And make sure you keep this in a nice dark, cool place as well. If you purchase this amount, there's different types that you can get at the store. Okay, so
What's this fancy thing?
this is a screen coater, which they're not too cheap, so if you do get one, be careful with it. Store it in a nice place. You're going to need it for a long time if you keep doing this. So we need to fill this with emulsion and put it on the screen. So I'm going to put my emulsion into the screen coater. You should probably be doing this in the dark because it is photosensitive. It will expose on you shortly. Very nice color. Alright, make sure you have enough in here. Kind of
Swoosh it around.
swoosh it around a little bit to get it nice and even. And I'm just going to go in one smooth motion. Nice and slow. And coat the screen. Now most people tell you you should do the back as well, but I find that this exposes no problem, and you can save yourself twice as much emulsion.
Nice.
Now you also need to store this in a cool, dark, flat, horizontal area with no light in it, so make sure that it stays in there for a few hours. I usually try to keep it over a day or 24 hours so it's fully dry, and then we can expose it.
So what happens now?
you need to get the art for your design for your t-shirt onto a transparency.
Okay.
So basically what we do from there is we can print it on your home laser printer or inkjet, or you can take it to a print house and get it on a larger transparency.
Okay.
And from there we physically need to expose it with a light onto the emulsion that we have dried.
Okay.
So we'll do that next.
Cool. So I guess this next step we do in the dark?
Yeah, if you remember me talking about the emulsion being photosensitive, we need to stay in the dark until we're ready to expose it with our light source, which I'll show you in a few moments. What we need to do with this next is we need to prepare the back of the screen so no light leaks through.
Okay.
So what you need to put in there is a nice black cloth, something thick, or a nice piece of black foam, which I have here, which I have cut to size already. That fits in there nice and snug. Now no light will pass through. And now we need to also put our image on there in reverse of the direction of what you want it to be for your shirt.
Okay.
So if you have type on your shirt, you need to make sure it's in reverse.
It's
You're reading it backwards
right.
when you place it down on your screen when we're exposing with a light bulb.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the back. And we'll scotch tape that down nice. And we'll also use a piece of acrylic that I picked up at the store for real cheap, just to lean up against it to keep it nice and snug against the screen so we don't have any light leakage around our image.
So you just like at an art store you bought a piece of acrylic?
At a Outfitters for Home.
Oh, okay. A home store.
A home store. I don't want to talk about where.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so I think I have enough tape on here. I'm going to take it over and prop it up in front of my light source that I've made myself as well.
Okay.
So I've put my screen behind this piece of acrylic. You can use glass plating if you have any around your home.
Okay.
So I'm just making that nice and snug up against the image. And you can use some scotch tape on that as well, just to hold that on there nice so it doesn't go anywhere.
Scotch tape in the dark.
Scotch tape in the dark. And then I'm going to turn my light on for 10 minutes to expose this emulsion.
Okay.
Make sure you follow the emulsion's exposing times per emulsion that you would purchase. They vary depending on what you buy.
What kind of light bulb is it? What wattage? Do you know?
This is a sodium light bulb.
Okay.
That's usually used for growing plants and things,
Okay.
and emulates the UV of the sun the most, and I find that this works the best in the studio.
Cool.
You can use the sun as well. You can lean it up against a window. You can even expose up against your window as well if you have a big enough plate.
Now we're in the bathtub.
We're in the bathroom now because we need to wash out the image from the screen.
Okay.
And this is the cheapest, easiest way, I think, to do it at home. I think it works great. All you need to do is wash it with a nice forceful stream of water. I've made this garden hose from parts that I found at the store again, just to make it a little nicer. And use some lukewarm water, and we'll spray it on the screen, and it will show us our image. And we'll start to wash out in a few moments. There you go. There's the negative of your image. And we'll let that dry horizontally again. And when that's dry, we can screen print a t-shirt.
Cool.